in the sky.
I asked her how retirement was going, and she said it's so wonderful that I should leave before March. I'm staying there until March 31st.
Oh my goodness! I didn't. Oh Lord! I said, why? I asked her. I said, can I park free? I said, man, it costs money to park. I need.
I'm going to just say a couple of words, and then I'm going to pass it over to different people that are here to thank you for what you've done for the people of Pittsburgh and Allegheny County and the state of Pennsylvania. I just will say this. I consider you a mentor and a friend. And I've been blessed to be able to work with you. I've been blessed to be able to spend one day on City Council with you on the day that you got sworn in the morning as council and then got sworn in the afternoon for the position with Allegheny County. But I have a proclamation I want to read. I'll read that last. But I'd like to start with our county executive, Rich Fitzgerald.
Well, let me echo the words of the mayor. Valerie has been a mentor. She's been a mentor to me. She served in county government, first African-American woman to be elected countywide in a countywide row office, and then ran our department. But more importantly, I mean, you know, what she has done in her community, in the education, whether it be on the school board, on city council, county government, everything she has done. And she's also been somebody who has really not just cared about herself and her own advancement, but pushing other young people. And I can look to her right and see a living example of that. I didn't know that young man until she recommended some guy named Austin Davis to me. And I hired him. I took Valerie's advice. And now he's one of those up and coming folks in the PA legislature as a state legislator, first African American to represent a suburban district. But it's just one of the things that Valerie has done in her career. It's just one example. We could give dozens and dozens. I'm sure the mayor has, what she's done working for the administration and certainly helping him over the last 6 years and the work that he's done. So Valerie, all we can say is thank you. Thank you for what you've done on behalf of this whole region. Thank you for the example and the leadership you have sent for young people like Mr. Davis and many others, Representative Davis and many others. So I'm not going to, you've done enough of these, right? You did enough of these. I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm going to get right to the punchline, right to the bottom line, that we are declaring February 22nd as Valerie McDonald-Roberts Day in Allegheny County.
So let me bring up that state representative, Austin Davis, state representative, Mon Valley.
Thank you, Mayor. It's really, truly an honor to be here for Valerie. Valerie, thank you. I met Valerie when I was in high school. And I volunteered on her campaign when she was running for lieutenant governor. And I've learned so much from her over the years. And I could honestly say that I don't believe I would be the state representative in the Mon Valley if it wasn't for Valerie. I gave Valerie a proclamation right when she retired because I didn't know we were going to do this, so I wanted to make sure she had it. But it was really special because it was meaningful because it's the first proclamation that was signed by all 4 African-American state legislators from Allegheny County. And it's the first time in history that we've had more than 2 African-American state legislators representing Allegheny County and Harrisburg. And that's in no small part to the trails that Valerie has blazed throughout Allegheny County, from the city council here in the city of Pittsburgh to being an Allegheny County row officer, the first and only African-American woman elected countywide, and there has not been another African-American elected countywide since Valerie left. So I just want to say thank you for all the wisdom. I still call Valerie now randomly on my way to Harrisburg and say, I got a problem, Val, I don't know what to do. This one's sticky, this person wasn't supporting me, how do I go about it? And she always seems to have the best advice, and really it's always been to just keep your head down and keep working. Ultimately, people will reward you for good work. And I'm glad to see that the mayor and the city has taken this step because you've meant so much, not just to the city of Pittsburgh, but Allegheny County and Pennsylvania in general. So thank you for your service.
Thank you.
This room is filled with folks who've had the honor of being able to work with Valerie and people who've taken that role. There's one other person in this room who I'd like to call up also to just say a few words. When we took on this administration, we created a new entity, the Bureau of Neighborhood Empowerment, and we placed Valerie in the lead, but we also realized the critical importance right now of housing in the city of Pittsburgh. And as prices go up and the value goes up and investment happens, we wanted to make sure we built a Pittsburgh for all. The director of the Housing Authority, Mr. Castor Binion, has had that honor of working with Valerie, as Valerie has been given that honor of being the chair of the Housing Authority. Director, if you would mind saying a few words.
It's so much to say that she has so much impact on everyone. But in housing, if we, at the Housing Authority, were able to accomplish a lot under her leadership. We was able to get the choice neighborhood. We were able to create programs for housing, for affordable housing. At HUD in Washington, D.C., the city of Pittsburgh, we call Pittsburgh 1. We are known. They always want to contact us. They always send people to us. And then on the university level, you know, how she made sure that the Housing Authority, school board, universities, and also community groups work as one to provide affordable housing in the city of Pittsburgh. Under her leadership, most people say, and it is true, that much of the stuff been accomplished based on what she's seeing for the next generation. The Housing Authority looks for the next generation, and we make sure, and because her relationship, because she knows everybody, her relationship had made a difference in the next generation and for education and for everyone. I want to thank her personally because, you know, I kind of rough around the edge before I got around to her, and then she, we go in places, and she had to make me stand down, but she was always the one. When we walk out of the room, everybody was happy, and she got that special touch. You know what I mean? Thank you.
Like I said earlier, I had the honor of getting to first meet Valerie in 1995 when I started working in Pittsburgh City Council. And I watched a leader of council who, at the time, you know, council can be kind of tumultuous, I would say the word, but somebody who was a guiding hand of reason, somebody who really understood what it meant to work together and to try to find common sense on common ground. And somebody who also was a proven woman leader, somebody who is an example to other women to be able to run for office, somebody who showed other women how you could handle grace and determination at the same time. I'd like to now recognize Councilwoman Erika Strassburger and to recognize the work that Valerie did as a city council member.
Well, I just have to say that my only regret is that I didn't get to serve on city council with Valerie. I know that would have been it would have been fun. It would have been productive. We would have gotten a lot done together. But I did get to work with you in your time at the city of Pittsburgh that overlapped with my time at the city of Pittsburgh as a staffer and as a council person. And I'm just so grateful for her authenticity and her ability to show how she genuinely cares about whatever job is at hand, the city, her community, the county, the state, the Commonwealth, whatever she's looking to achieve, she's genuine about wanting to achieve it and make it a better place. No ulterior motives. She just wants to get the job done, and you know, her leadership style is one to replicate. I think she embodies the idea of a iron fist and a velvet glove. She's able to get it done. You don't mess with her, but she does it with a smile on her face. Like was mentioned, you walk out of the room and everyone is, has been brought together through consensus. It takes a special person to be able to do that. So I really admire you. I'm glad that we got to work together during the time that we had. And on behalf of council, I'd like to say that be it further resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does declare Friday, February 22nd, 2019 as Valerie McDonald-Roberts Day in the City of Pittsburgh.
So most people know of Valerie, of the work that she's done within city government, county government, work that she's done on so many boards. But it all began back when she decided to run for school board. She made some really tough votes back then. She made some votes that at a time when Pittsburgh was basically struggling to survive, many people wanted to keep schools segregated. They wanted to keep kids in certain neighborhoods and to have other kids go to other schools in other neighborhoods. And she was a leader to make sure that she built and we built a city where every child had an equal opportunity to succeed. It's my honor to recognize the president of the Pittsburgh School Board, Linda Wren.
Thank you, Mayor Peduto. Is this on?
Yep.
Okay. I'm very honored to be honoring Valerie McDonald today for her work in the county, in the city, and especially the school board, for her service and dedication. And being a school board member, I know that it has its challenges. And I feel very honored to walk in her footsteps. And the whole entire School Board of Education wants to extend their congratulations on your retirement. And in case you get bored during your retirement, you can always come by and, I'd be happy to take you to lunch and maybe able to finagle you a parking spot. And, maybe I could bend your ear and get some advice because, it's true. Your management, your style of governing is really impressive, and I've long admired it. Like I said, I'm really honored to walk in your footsteps in school board, but I think it will end there. So, thank you.
And before I read this proclamation, I also want to recognize Senator Lindsey Williams, who has also sponsored a proclamation from the Pennsylvania Senate recognizing today as Valerie McDonald-Roberts Day. Whereas Valerie McDonald-Roberts grew up in Pittsburgh's East End communities, and at an early age was exposed to the virtue and importance of civic duty. Graduating from Wilkinsburg High School in 1973, she received her bachelor's and master's degrees from the University of Pittsburgh. And whereas, though humble, Valerie has been a trailblazer in Pittsburgh and Allegheny County for decades, breaking down barriers for women and African Americans and becoming a fixture of public service. And whereas in the year 1989, Valerie was elected to the Pittsburgh Board of Public Education, serving as board president in 1993. As a steward of Pittsburgh schools, Valerie was a proponent of improving the district's technology and an early supporter of the relocation and expansion of the Creative and Performing Arts School to downtown. And whereas in 1994, Valerie broke one of many glass ceilings when she became the first African American woman elected to Pittsburgh City Council. There, Valerie was an early supporter of stabilizing the city's finances, often making unpopular but crucial decisions. Valerie was a champion of equitable redevelopment and accountability for all citizens. And whereas in 2001, Valerie became the first African American woman elected to a countywide office when elected Recorder of Deeds. She was subsequently appointed manager of the County Department of Real Estate, There, she was elected president of the 67-county statewide Pennsylvania Recorders of Deeds and was the first African American to do so, hosting and organizing 2 statewide conventions. And whereas since 2014, Valerie has served as the city's chief of the Bureau of Neighborhood Empowerment. On the front lines of Pittsburgh's neighborhoods, she has fought for and championed our mission to build and expand the creation of inclusive communities for all in our city. As a member of over 25 boards and the Housing Authority of the City of Pittsburgh, Val has dedicated her life to improving Pittsburgh. Whereas Valerie has been a true example of the very best of public service, always fighting, never settling, Valerie has been recognized by countless community members over the years. Today, we wish her the best in a well-deserved retirement, though I know you're not really retiring, as she spends more time with her husband, Ted, 7 children, 23 grandchildren, and 4 great-grandchildren. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, William Peduto, Mayor of the City of Pittsburgh, do thank Valerie McDonald-Roberts for her decades of dedication and service to the people of Pittsburgh and the betterment of our communities. Furthermore, declaring Friday, February 22nd, 2019 is Valerie McDonald-Roberts Day here in our most livable city of Pittsburgh. Congratulations, Val. I don't know of a time when a person has had a day for themselves across all jurisdictions of government. But if there was to be one person, it should be you.
Thank you so much. I am just shocked. In fact, when Dan came back and got me, I'm like, whatever. And I ran in the room. I threw my coat just threw it over there and ran in expecting to sit in a seat. And I saw nobody sitting there. I'm like, and then I saw Jessica. I'm like, what's going on? So this is totally a shock for me. The mayor asked me, he said, you want anything? I'm like, no, I'm fine, I'm good. Just retire is fine. And knowing that, that I had so much an experience with so many people, to see school board, the county, to see so many friends here from the 5th floor. I just want to thank you all. Y'all did a great job in fooling me. And Castor knows, because I talked to him yesterday. I said, housing, is there, okay, now the mayor and Dan want to meet with me about housing. I said, is there something I should know? And we're going into that about collaboration with the URA and planning, and then we're going to do great, and we're going to go beyond 21. Oh, the whole thing. We're going at it. I'm in a car in the garage. I'm like, okay, all right. And, but again, I'm almost without words, because the chronicle of my journey, I never really look back until now. People say, I can't tell you how many times a reporter or an interviewer says, what are your accomplishments? And I'm like, I don't know, you go look it up. I don't keep track of it because I don't want to keep track of it. I go by faith, and my faith speaks to me, says you shouldn't really count. You should just keep moving the direction I'm telling you to move. Don't look back. You have to look back to see what you've done. Don't look back. Just keep going. Let others figure that out. So I haven't really looked back, but in seeing this chronicle, I'm like, yeah, Mayor, I can't believe you remember about boy, was that a risky political venture, is to move Kappa out of Homewood. People told me that I will run against you, I will not support you, you're taking this out of our community, and it's a jewel, and I had to make a decision whether I represented Council, School Board District 9, or whether I represented the City of Pittsburgh students. I had to make a decision. I said, I'm representing the City of Pittsburgh students, and I want this to grow, and can't grow in Homewood, so it's got to go downtown. I want more people in here. So I took the risk, and it worked. So yeah, there were times I took risks. But I believe if you're doing the right thing, you do land on your feet. Yes. And fortunately, I have always landed on my feet with the tough decisions and just prayed on it like, this is what I'm going to do, and just brace yourself. You know what that's like? Just brace yourself. But I just want to thank you all. I've met so many people along the way, and this is a culmination of everything I've done. And the one person I do want to acknowledge is my daughter over there. And I don't know if you were behind this or something, Jessica, because I told her I didn't want anything. But my daughter, Jessica, who I'm so proud of at PNC Bank, as a mother, as a wife, and just a great community citizen. And I just want to say, what I tell to a lot of young people, millennials, young adults, whatever, is just keep moving, aspire, don't ever turn down opportunity, ever. You can always give it back, but don't turn it down in the beginning. Don't ever turn it down in the beginning, because you don't know. And it won't come around a second time. It just won't. So thank you, Jessica, for listening to my words that I actually publicly say to others. And Peter Kaplan, my partner in crime on the Housing Authority. So I just, we've done a lot, and I just want to thank you all. And Malik, I didn't expect you to be here. Malik, we go back. We go back. When I was on Kingsley Board and Ralph was retiring and we needed a new ED. And Malik was the man that we decided to employ. And amazing what you've done in these years. So proud. But anyway, to everyone here, and I see Megan. Megan, do you have something?
This is from Senator Lindsey Williams.
Oh, thank you. Well, as soon as you read that. And acknowledging Senator Costa, quite a force in the in Harrisburg. Thank you very much for attending. But and River, of course. I'm sorry, Amy. Here's River. I have replied to a couple Facebook postings by River. Never thought I'd do that, but I did. But I just want to thank all of you all for all that you've done. Every single one of you all. You've made an impact in my life. Hirsch, thank you very much for answering my question. Message delivered to appropriate people. Everyone. And what's amazing is I know you all. I can say your name. It's not like just a regular, like you're looking out on a group of people and like, who is everyone? I actually know everybody here. And you mean a lot to me. I'll always be available to you. And give me a phone call. You have my email address. And again, I wouldn't be here unless it was for you all and people that preceded you in my life. Thank you all. Look at this. Everyone's here. So thank you all very much. I love you, and I love you. And I can't believe you all did this. I told you I didn't want anything. Thank you. I can't believe you all. Thank you.